world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and tank pads. Last from the kickoff to the final whistles blow, we'll take the two and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With a laugh and a cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques, just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. We'll raise a roll, from sideline jokes to post-match tales. All big gooses and big fails.
Wow, I'm late. When did that timer run out? Sorry about that. Ahoy, Waste of Water Sports. Welcome along, everybody. Waste of Water Sports coming to you live on TikTok, live on YouTube, live on Facebook. Bringing you the action here as the All Blacks take on Italy. Scott Barrett looks like he's been through the wars already. The match hasn't even started. Tania Godwin, ahoy. How are you going? Nice to have you along. Bright and early this is for me. This is 10 past 6 in the morning. It's currently -3. Anything above 0 at this time of year is considered a heat wave. Well, holy hell. I'll tell you what. Celsius? Are we talking about degrees Celsius? Because it's been raining here for the past 4 days, and it's been like not even 4 days. It's been like 18 to 20 degrees, and we've been freezing. So I find that quite hilarious that here we have that, considering it to be cold, and there you have -3. Anyway, All Blacks versus Italy, the second last game of the weekend. We still, of course, have coming up later today, much, much later today. As a matter of fact, it's so much later today, it's not even still today. It's tonight for me. The Wallabies taking on Scotland. And that will be the last match of the weekend. But here, the All Blacks looking to finish up their autumn tour with a big victory. Jason Callaway, ahoy. Oh. Sweet, Bruiser Cruiser, you figured it all out nice and easy. You obviously being a gamer, you're well and truly got yourself around Discord, which is good. Italy, it's hard to see them putting on an upset here, let's be honest. The All Blacks will be looking to finish the season on a high. Beauden, Barrett back at fly half. Damien McKenzie on the bench where he belongs. Well, he probably belongs in the stands watching, but they seem pretty hell-bent on picking him each and every week, so since they are very insistent on picking him, I think from the bench is his best starting point. For the All Blacks versus Italy, you would expect the All Blacks to win quite comprehensively. I have gone for the All Blacks to comfortably cover the line. The line was set at 30 points. 15th of December, 5:20. Yes. As we are ready for the haka, TJ Perenara leading the rendition of the haka. A lot of empty seats here in the stadium. Can't help but notice that. Lots of empty seats in the crowd. This is a very, very long lead-in. And it is the traditional kamate. The traditional kamate. We are ready to roll in this one. Now, All Blacks versus Italy. Very hard to see anything but a big, big comprehensive All Blacks victory here. But as always, here on the Wasted World of Sports, no matter who we're going for, whichever side we're on, if we're on a side at all, we just want to see a good game. So it would be nice to see Italy take the fight here to the All Blacks. Definitely, no matter who you go for, we enjoy a good, solid contest rather than an absolute schmozzling. And we've already seen one of those, haven't we? We've already seen the Welsh get slaughtered by South Africa. Cruiser, this is an Italian home game. All the games throughout November played over in Europe. But Beauden Barrett back at 10. Wallace Sititi has been a find and a half here for the All Blacks. I've been so impressed with Wallace Sititi, quickly turning into one of my favourite players. He has certainly been doing well since he's been brought into this squad. Patrick Tuipulotu as well. Let's keep an eye on him tonight. As Italy look to get us underway. Italy versus the All Blacks. Let's go. This one is underway. The referee blows his whistle. Italy with the kickoff. And straight under it is that man, Tuipulotu, who claims the kickoff very close to the sideline. And in fact, the All Blacks have gone into touch. And this is early territory for Italy. A great start for them. The All Blacks taking it over the sideline from the kickoff. The James, ahoy! Someone's up early. You. Obviously, because I haven't been to bed yet. All Blacks pinch the line out and are in possession. Perenara's got it at the back. Well, Roigard, sorry. I said Perenara because I saw him lead the haka. But Roigard puts it out on the full and we come marching all the way back. And a second mistake early here from the All Blacks. First mistake was from the kickoff, getting too close to the sideline. And now the box kick clearance from Roigard goes out on the full. And this is a shaky start from the All Blacks. Italy fluffed their lines, the last line out. Can they get this one right? Lucchesi throws to the front. Scott Barrett competes, but Italy have it, and they spill the ball. The first pass, they have put it down. Unbelievable. No, we started streaming at 1 a.m., James, for Ireland versus Fiji. And then we've just carried on and on and on since then. From Ireland versus Fiji, we went into Wales versus South Africa. And now we're finishing the morning with All Blacks versus Italy as the All Blacks have the scrum down just outside their own 22. It has been a scrappy start from both sides. Roigard feeds. Big push here from the All Blacks, and they win the penalty. A dominant scrum first up. They just marched Italy backwards. Oh, hotcakes, hash browns, and coffee frappe. Woo! I think I'm getting molested by ghosts. That was weird. That was a very clear pinch on my arse cheek. And there is nobody in the room with me. That was really bizarre. Italy in possession here, just shy of halfway. Securing possession at the back. Setting up a box kick here. Pargadeo kicks down inside the 22, taken by Talea, who's picked up and driven back towards the sideline. Talea does well to stay in field. Barrett to Jordan. Jordan dummies and steps in field. Takes it to the 22. Tui Pelotu. He's got nowhere to go. Roigard now has the kick charged down. Oh, it's been a nervy start from Cam Roigard. A kick out on the full, and now a kick charged down. Italy are in possession inside the 22. This would be a fantastic start for the home side if they could score first points. They do have a knock on. I thought they had an advantage, but no, it was just a delayed call of knock on, and they have let the All Blacks off the hook. Well, the All Blacks have got a nervy start to this match, and they've presented Italy with a couple of opportunities early inside this first 5 minutes. Geez, the kick wasn't even charged down. It was a shocker from Roigard. Kicked it right into the balls. Yeah, oh, James, those frappes. I'm not a big Macca's fan, but the frappes. Exquisite. I mean, I'll have Macca's in an emergency or when you want something easy. But the frappes, I will go out of my way for. Big scrum again from the All Blacks, winning the penalty. Roigard taps and goes quickly. They spread it to the left. Italy number up. And they pinch the ball at ruck time. Telford it well. Italy spill it. They've canned the ball straight back to the All Blacks after doing all the hard work. Roigard clears for Barrett. Beauden Barrett kicks. Upfield, finds the turf. It's a kind bounce and sits up at the back for Capuozzo. And taken by Will Jordan. Jordan is rocked backwards in the tackle. Italy, their defense is very intense here to start the match. Can they keep it up for the full 80? If they can, well, you just never know. Some big hits are going in. Roigard with the box kick. Clears it up to halfway. And the All Blacks spill it forward. Italy were happy to just stand back and watch. And let them take that one. It'll be a scrum down. Italy will have the feed. A very shaky start for the All Blacks. Italy are going with them at the moment, but every time they're given an opportunity, they just hand it straight back. Seven minutes gone. A very, very scrappy opening for both teams. Raven 187, ahoy there. Good morning. Scrum down, Italy feet. On the halfway line. Page Reo feeds it in. All Blacks have been dominant at scrum time, so Italy do not fluff about. They put it straight in and out. Crossfield kick. A little bit of space here and stepping in field. Ioane. 22 out from the line. Italy stay on the short side, but the All Blacks defense forces the mistake. And Roigard puts it out to Scott Barrett here off the turnover ball. Just outside their own 22 here, the All Blacks. Tui Pelotu sets up the ruck in midfield. Now they'll look for the clearance, I suspect. Roigard clears it to Beauden. Barrett chips in over the top, looking for the support runners. Sititi was flying through, but Italy have come down with it. Ioane bumps off one. Roigard holds on to him, though. Roigard bumped off the ball. Bichetti goes into contact, but in from the side is Lucchesi, giving away a penalty. And again, Italy have just handed the ball straight back to the All Blacks. And they're going to have to sort out their discipline if they want to have any chance whatsoever in this game. Off the back of the penalty, Beauden Barrett finds touch. Well inside Italian territory now. They throw to the middle. Ball is secured. Good throw from Taylor. Taken in the middle by Tui Pelotu. Now the rolling maul is set. Good go forward here from the All Blacks. Taylor's got it at the back of the maul, but they're still going forward. Now it stalls. Italy have hands on. Italy steal the ball, and they clear upfield. Nobody at the back for the All Blacks. Taylor couldn't quite manage that ball at the back of the maul. And Italy have cleared all the way downfield. It will be All Blacks throw into the line-out, but they're 10 metres out from their own try line. That was fantastic work there in the maul. Italy winning the turnover. Well, actually, Italy get the throw because it's a 50-22. It's a 50-22. Italy get the throw. They go to the middle and secure possession. The rolling maul is set. Well and truly set. They get some more numbers in. A couple of the backs come in to help out. It breaks apart now. And Italy set up the ruck 10 metres out from the try line. But this is a big opportunity presented to them again for first points. And a penalty for diving in. Adi Surveyor. And a gift 3 points. I suggest they take it. An absolute gift 3-pointer here is on offer just to the right of the post. And with 10 minutes 50 gone in the match, Italy are surely about to lead. And I would love to know what the odds would be, or what the odds were for Italy claiming first points in this match because we're about to see it. Good morning, Jagmasters. Kampai. Nothing beats a good 6 a.m. beer as the penalty goal is converted and Italy lead the All Blacks 3-0. I know it's early, 11 and a half minutes in, but I did not think for 1 second at any point throughout the course of this stream, whether it be the opening minute, whether it be 12 minutes into the match, I didn't think for 1 second at any stage in this game I would say the words, Italy are leading the All Blacks. From the restart, Caleb Clark has gone flying through the air to take it, and the All Blacks might have just been woken up here. That might have just given them a kick up the pants. And here they come from the kickoff, 22 meters out from Italy's line. Roigard, it's loose out the back. Roigard is having a very nightmare of a game. Beauden Barrett has to slot into scrum half. Has Surveyor. They've lost ground here, the All Blacks. Roigard again, down the short side. Kane pops it over the top for Clark. Clark tries to barge his way through, but Italy's defense is up to it for the moment. De Groot rocked backwards in the tackle. 7 phases. They've raced through here, the All Blacks. And they've got nothing to show for it at the moment. Barrett, dummies, goes through half a gap. But they manage to bring him down, and again it's loose out the back. Roigard is just not securing that ball at the back. Hands in the ruck. Penalty advantage now for the All Blacks in midfield. Barrett changes direction out to the left for Jordan. Jordan pops the pass back. They keep it alive. Surveyor. Inside ball for Talea. Talea beats one. No space. No room. And we come back for the penalty. Now, what do the All Blacks do here? Do they take the shot at 3? It's right out in front, but it's a long way, 40 meters out. Do they look to lock this game up, or do they send a signal of intent and put it into the corner? They're taking the 3. Well, this is a nod to how Italy have started this match, in my opinion. 14 minutes into the match, it's 3-0 in favor of Italy, and the All Blacks are taking a shot at posts. I think this is a legitimate nod to how Italy have started this match. I really do. I mean, I'm an advocate for taking the points in both codes of the game. We know this. Take the 2, I say, in rugby league. Take the 3, I say, in rugby union. But 14 and a half minutes into this match, as Beauden Barrett makes no mistake, thumps it right down the middle to lock us up at 3-3. What a nod that is to the way Italy have started this match, in my opinion. They have shown them the utmost respect there by taking the shot at posts. Back underway. And it's taken by Rico Ioane. A penalty, though, to Italy for obstruction. We have seen a crackdown on that in the autumn internationals, and we've seen it again now. Creating any sort of barrier in front of the kick receiver is an immediate penalty. And now Italy can take their 3-point lead straight back. A penalty from the kickoff. And Paolo Garbisi with an opportunity now to re-extend that lead. Yeah, we have seen a clear crackdown on that throughout these autumn internationals. And it is successful. Over it goes, 6-3. Italy leads. 16 minutes gone, 6 points to 3. Italy have been impressive. The All Blacks have been very, very scrappy, but take nothing away here from Italy, who have come to play. And you love to see it. You really do. You love to see it. All Blacks go short with the restart, looking for Caleb Clark again. And Clark comes down with it. 2 from 2, Caleb Clark, in those kick receipts. He has been very good at restart time. There is not one single point of time that I thought that I would make the call that Italy would be leading this match. I've now done it twice inside the opening quarter. Penalty to the All Blacks as Italy failed to release Sam Cane as he goes to ground. I think they'll knock back the 3 here. And they do indeed. Barrett puts it into the corner. Not a lot of distance off it, though. The line-out throw will be on the 22. Taylor needs to find his man. Goes to the middle. Tui Pelotu spills it out the back, but it's collected by Jordan. Very scrappy ball for the All Blacks again, though. Sititi slips as he goes into contact. Ioane gets up and forms the protection there as Roigard finally arrives. And the All Blacks send it down the short side. Now, is Cortez... No, they've got TJ. TJ's playing today. TJ Perinara. The high ball, contestable. Jordan gets up, taps it back for Talia. Talia fends away from one, but he is brought down in a great cover tackle by Menicello. Tui Pelotu now for Beauden Barrett to Taylor in midfield. 22 out from the line. Roigard again, they stay left. Barrett on phase 5. Back to the right they come now. Barrett, short ball. Taylor's taken down in midfield. Roigard has a run from scrum half. Still outside the 22. The Italian defense has been stellar to open this match. Tui Pelotu, pick and go. Chews off some meters, takes it inside the 22. Now Surveyor has a go. Sititi now has the ball ripped away, but it spills forward, and it will be a scrum down. All Blacks feed. 10 out, right in front of the post. Italy lead 6 points to 3. 19 minutes gone. Well, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves here, but at what point, Italy fans, at what point do you dare to dream? I mean, with 60 minutes to go, it's probably way too early, isn't it? As we've got a stoppage here, Fischetti got some ice on the knee, got the medics with him. And that's not what you want. You don't want your prop, one of your props down, getting ice on his knee when we're about to have a scrum pack down. That's the last thing that they want. Oh, are we looking at something here? The TMO's involved, I think. The referee might be getting words down here from the... He's got his hand in the earpiece, and he's looking at something up on the big screen. Tanya Godwin says Italy can be a bit of an anomaly. Sometimes they smash it, and other times they don't. However, like all international teams, when it comes to the All Blacks, everybody wants to destroy them. So Italy will run a punishing game. Oh, this is a neck roll. This is a blatant neck roll from Scott Barrett. And this is not the first time this season that he's been called out for this. We're looking at a neck roll. Now, he's not around the neck per se, but he is up high around the shoulders. and there's consequential contact with the neck. And I think this is going to be a penalty to Italy, and I would not be surprised at all if there's a card. It seems like he's escaped a card, though. But this is a penalty to Italy. No, he hasn't escaped a card. Scott Barrett is off for 10. Scotty Barrett is off into the naughty chair. The All Blacks captain for a neck roll. It's under review. I don't think it will get upgraded to a red. But Scott Barrett is... it's not uncommon, shall we say, that this creeps into his game. And he's been caught out here. He wasn't around the neck. He was around the upper shoulders, and there was consequential contact with the neck. But that's all it takes. I mean, there's no excuse for that. The only reason I'm pointing that out is because I want to make it clear that he was not purely around the guy's neck. His contact was around the upper shoulders and in around the underarm. And as he rolled off in the clearance, that's when he sort of drifted up around the neck. Free kick here to the All Blacks at line-out time. Italy fail to get the numbers correct, and now they spill the ball. And De Groot, I am De Groot, has it for the All Blacks. Roigard now out to the left. Barrett to Jordan. Jordan holds the pass up, and it's been spilt forward by Rico Ioane. It's errors galore out there at the moment, and it will be a scrum down for Italy. And do the All Blacks make a substitute here? Scott Barrett is off on the naughty chair. We've got a scrum. Do they bring somebody on? This has been a very, very scrappy start. Have the All Blacks ever gone 20 minutes against Italy without scoring a try? And honestly, I mean no disrespect to the Italians asking that question. I legitimately mean, when was the last time Italy have led the All Blacks for 21 minutes of a test match? As we have an injury stoppage here. Getting ready for another scrum down. Scrum down. All Blacks will have the feed. Hang on. Do they? I'll tell you in a second. I think Italy have the feed, actually. Yeah, Italy feed. All Blacks knocked it on. Yeah. All Blacks knocked on, didn't they? Italy have the scrum feed here. Martin Pedrello feeds. Italy hold firm. Crossfield kick now. High and contestable. The winger is racing through to put pressure on. Taps it down, and it's ripped away by Capuzzo. And Italy are back in possession. The crossfield kick has worked out, and they're inside All Blacks half, but the All Blacks march over the top of the ball. Italy could not get numbers to the ruck, and it's a penalty to the All Blacks. "22 minutes gone." Tania Godwin says that the All Blacks tired now and just want to go home. I don't think so. I think the All Blacks are just still finding their feet under. I think Scotty Razor Robertson didn't do he didn't necessarily do the right thing. I think he was maybe a little bit tentative to bring in the changes for the squad when he took over. I was expecting a clean sweep, a complete sweep out, and starting from scratch. That's what I was expecting. He didn't really do that. He stuck with Fozzie's squad. He pretty much predominantly kept in Foster's squad in his opening games, and he is slowly integrating his players and his system into the team, is the way I see it. And I think they just don't really know how to play right now. I think he really would have been better off just pulling the rug and putting the cleaners through the whole thing and starting from scratch. But anyway, All Blacks have it. Set up the rolling maul. Taylor's got it to the back. They've marched inside. Italy's 22. Leonard Brown in midfield. Roigard has a run. Beats a couple. Gets the offload to De Groot. De Groot fires it back. It's scrappy again. Roigard now finds space straight up the middle. And Cam Roigard has had a nightmare of a start to this match, but he has found his way over the try line, and that will certainly settle him down and bring him into this match. Scores the try. And the All Blacks take the lead. Cam Roigard, first try scorer. Picked up the loose ball, sold the dummy. Beauden Barrett with a very simple conversion here to make it 10 points to 6. He pops it over. 24 minutes gone and the All Blacks lead 10 points to 6 with the opening try of the match. Well, I've always said Damien McKenzie's spot is in the stands watching, and there's a couple of D-Macs watching on in the crowd. Italy get us back underway. Rico Ioane puts the head down and burrows through. Ioane's away. Breaks upfield. Where's the support? He goes to ground just over the halfway line. What a kickoff return from Rico Ioane. Barrett now kicks through for Jordan, who might have been a step offside. But Italy collect the loose ball. Big drive coming in now for the All Blacks, trying to march over the top. But Italy have done extremely well to secure possession. Brilliant work, though, from Rico Ioane, ducking under the tackle, making the break from the kickoff. Box kick is going to go dangerously close to out on the full. And, well, they're inside the 22, so that's all good. They were planted firmly inside their own 22 there, Italy. So out on the full is absolutely fine. It's a great kick, finding touch on halfway. Cody Taylor will have the throw. They go to Surveyor at the front and set up the rolling maul on the halfway line. Taylor's got it at the back. Straight up the middle, they march. The All Blacks still bound in the maul. That is one. Sititi is in. Gets the ball back for Roigard. They release it. Leonard Brown to Barrett. The wraparound with Caleb Clark. Well defended from Italy. Ioane gets up and goes again. Barrett, inside ball is lost forward. And it'll be a scrum down. Italy feed. And again, just scrappy here from the All Blacks. Mistakes that you did not see from All Black teams in the Dan Carter, Richie McCaw era. I mean, what a team, though. What a team, in fairness. It's unfair, I think, to compare anybody to those All Black teams of Dan Carter, Richie McCaw, Martin Nonu, Ben Smith. I think it's unfair to make comparisons. I mean, those are once-in-a-generation players that all sort of came through together. Conrad Smith, Aaron Smith, Smiths are us, it was at one point. These are generational players that all came through together. And in all fairness, I remember I was calling for Martin Nonu's head when he first started because he couldn't catch a ball. Martin Nonu dropped so many passes. They persisted with him, and holy hell, did he turn into one of the best players of all time or what? So, yeah, this is far from the finished product yet for the All Blacks. This new era with Scott Razor Robertson, he hasn't fully put his influence on the team yet, in my opinion. They're far from the finished product. And we should give them some time as Italy make a mistake here and spill the ball inside their own half. All Blacks will have another scrum. Tanya Godwin says this team isn't their A team yet, but which players are? They have to stack up against South Africa, and so far, not a chance in hell. Yeah, well, South Africa were the scary, scary thing. I obviously just covered South Africa versus Wales. The scariest thing about that Springboks-Wales game was the Springboks were nowhere near 100%. They did not play anywhere near their capabilities. And I know they were only playing Wales. No offense, Welsh. But Welsh rugby is in a severe slump at the moment, let's be honest. I know they were only playing Wales, but holy hell, they were not even close to 100%, and they absolutely pumped them. Scary. It's scary to think what the Springboks will be at 100%. Terrifying for the rest of world rugby. Scrum resets. All Blacks still have the feed. Ten points to 6. It's been far from the domination that we perhaps expected. And maybe we were just a little unfair to Italy in those expectations. 30 seconds left in the bin for Scott Barrett. Big shove here from the All Blacks. Penalty goes to Italy. Well, just to reconfirm that I have no idea what's going on at scrum time, the referee has awarded the penalty to Italy. Scotty Barrett getting ready to come back on. And Italy, fine touch just outside the All Blacks 22. Well, the touchy didn't march them up all that far. As Scott Barrett races back out onto the field. 30 minutes gone. All Blacks leading 10 points to 6. This has certainly not gone the way we've expected, and that's been great. The throw is stolen by the All Blacks. They managed to get hands up there and pilfer the line out. Roigard with the box kick. Contestable. Tapped back by the All Blacks. Now knocked on by Italy, and that is a result. Nonetheless, the Italians coming up with the dropped ball. Wasted World of Sports coming to you live on YouTube, live on TikTok, live on Facebook. We thank you very much for your company wherever you're joining us from. And over on YouTube, we ask If you don't mind, just give us a quick like and a subscribe. As you know, it all helps. It all helps with the channel. If you enjoy our alternative commentary here and what we're doing, a like on the video and a subscribe goes a long way. And you get a cheers from me for whatever that's worth. Nice hearty drink at 6:47 a.m. here in Brisbane, Australia. I love it. Scrum goes down and it resets. All Blacks with the feed. They've been, apart from that last scrum where Italy got the penalty, the All Blacks have been largely dominant at scrum time. This one collapses on the near side. They might not get away with that a second time. Got to make sure that this one sets correctly. $40 meters out from the try line here, All Blacks. It sets. They feed and release it quickly. Sevilla to Roigard, who was wrapping around with Ioane. Ioane throws it up off the deck to Clark. And Clark has taken a ground, 22 out. Barrett pops it up for Sititi. No ground made. Tui Pilotu here in midfield. Roigard's got it at the back. It's there. Just one out from the ruck. Set up another phase. Barrett changes direction to Jordan, puts the step on but slips and goes into contact. Italy have got hands over the top of this one, trying to wrangle the ball away, and they've done so successfully. Italy with a brilliant turnover. The All Blacks just stood there and watched it as Italy said, "Thank you very much." Or that's whatever Italian is for "thank you very much." That's what they said. Crossfield kick. I don't know that that's the play. The All Blacks are numbered up out there, and Italy spill it forward. Oh, they've made a complete tit out of that. The Italians getting a little bit too brazen there. And a knock-on advantage for the All Blacks. The crossfield kick from that position. No. And the inside ball for Sititi, who's got space. And he's got support now from Will Jordan, who is cut down in a try-saving effort from Monty Ioane. What a try-saving tackle. And the crowd loves it. They're up on their feet. The cover defense from Monty Ioane. Beautiful play here from the All Blacks. Beauden Barrett popping it up off the hip for Wallace Sititi. Will Jordan was in the corner for all money. But Monty Ioane says, no way. Beautiful tackle. Gets the shoulder into the hip. Drives. And then slides down the legs. Oh, it sounds sexual almost. It was so good. What a try saver. Mucho gracias. Is that it? Is that Italian for thank you very much? Is that really? It sounds Spanish. Very similar to Spanish. Try-saving effort from Italy. That has pumped the crowd up as well. They have done extremely well here. 34 minutes gone. 10 points to 6. The All Blacks with the only try of the match so far. Italy have the scrum feed. 5 out from their own line. It sets a big shunt here from the All Blacks. But Italy secure the ball. It was scrappy, but they'll take it. Short side play, very risky. 10 meters out from their own line, putting on plays like that. The ball is slow in coming back, but they have it. And they set up another ruck here, the Italians. 35 minutes gone in this one. Now they'll think about clearing, surely. A loose, slow ball, scrappy ball out the back, and the clearance is not a good one. They are still inside their 22, and the All Blacks will have the throw to the line out. 5 minutes to go till the halftime break. These are the moments where the All Blacks usually come through with points, or the All Blacks of old at least would come through with points right before the halftime break. Can they come up with something here? Taylor throws to the middle. Scott Barrett loses it, but then Italy knock it on. Double knock on, I'd say this would be. Knocked on first. Knocked on first by the All Blacks. Scotty Barrett. His nightmare continues. And then it's been knocked on by Italy. So it will be a scrum down for the Italians, who are doing well. They're hanging in there. 10 points to 6. I've got to say that my pre-game prediction of the All Blacks winning by 30 plus, I mean, it might still happen, but you've got to give hats off to Italy. They have hung in there, and they have put a fight to the All Blacks here in the first 40. Dax Jarrett, my man, how are you? Welcome along, bright and early. 7 a.m. here. As Italy with the scrum, big shove again from the All Blacks. But Italy managed to release the ball. They've got themselves under pressure here. And again, deciding to play through the hands. Bringing it outside the 22. No thought of a clearing kick. They want to keep hold of the ball here, Italy. And they set up the ruck just outside their 22. Box kick there from Pejerello. Very close to the sideline. Talea just steps back and lets it bounce. Now has that bounced infield into Talea's legs and into touch, creating an Italian throw. No, it is an All Blacks throw. Lucky there, Taylor. Goes to the back. All Blacks claim it. Talea in midfield. Pops it up for Sam Cane. Cane is held up in the tackle. He was a little too upright there, Cane, but they've got away with it. 40 out from the try line. Tui Pelotu, who's lost his headgear, his headband. Roigard wrestles it away, gives it to Sititi. Out the back for Jordan, and Jordan slices through a big hole. He's only got the fullback to beat, but he's well brought down. Keeps it alive to Roigard, who throws the dummy. He's brought to ground, pops it up now for Kane. And they're 10 metres out now, the All Blacks. Some slick work there from Will Jordan. In front of the post, they've got a penalty advantage and being pulled towards the line. Talea now goes close. To the left they go. Barrett holds the pass up for Will Jordan, sweeping around the back and goes through another gaping hole, and Will Jordan scores. New Zealand lead 15-6, the kick to come. Oh, that was a beautiful try. Will Jordan, ever reliable. Right on the stroke of half-time, we were just talking about it, how the All Blacks of old were dead set certainties to score during this period of play. And they have just put on a majestic play. Barrett converts, and the All Blacks lead 17 points to 6. Not a great game so far, says Tania Godwin. You know what? I'm actually enjoying it. Like, if the standards have dropped, bringing us a closer game, I'm honestly all for it. I'm an All Blacks supporter, obviously, but I'm happy seeing this. I'm happy seeing Italy put up a fight, as opposed to a game where it's just a thumping. So I'm actually not that disappointed. It has been a very scrappy game, not a great game, as you say, in terms of the standards of play, but a great game to watch so far, because Italy at halftime going to the sheds, 6 points to 17. They trail, but they are taking the fight here to the All Blacks. It has certainly not been one-way traffic, and for that, I'm very appreciative. I mean, I say it all the time, like, no matter who we're going for, whether we have a dog in the fight or not, all that we ever hope for here at the Waste of Water Sports is to see a good game. And a good game just in terms of the scoreboard, right? Because, yeah, obviously the standard of play from both teams has been a little disappointing for various parts. The All Blacks have put on some great phase play and some great set moves to get their tries. We can say that much. I mean, that was a beautifully worked... I mean, simple. It looked simple, but it was very good play there from the All Blacks. That Will Jordan's try there. The Cam Roigard try was a little more... what's the word? What is the word? Took advantage of the situation. Opportunistic, that's the word. Cam Roigard's was a little opportunistic, but that was well worked, the second one. Will Jordan's try. So, could be a huge second half, I suppose. What we're looking at could be a big, big second half here. The All Blacks stand to run away with it in the second 40. Half-time here, 17 points to 6. Waste of Water Sports will have a quick break, and we'll be back for all the second half action right after this. Thanks for being with us. Thank you very much, Tania Godwin, for those kind words. Very much appreciated. I'm going to put that on my... I'm going to take a photo of that and I'm going to put it on my compliment wall. I actually legitimately do have a compliment wall. All right. Half time. I'll be right back.
Jokes and tank pants last from the kickoff to the final whistle
All right. Half-time break. 17 points to 6. The All Blacks in the lead. All Blacks in the lead as we expected. The scoreline, though, nothing like what we perhaps expected going into this one. Now, they could run away with it in the second half here, the All Blacks. That try right on the stroke of halftime could be potentially soul-crushing for Italy. Can they keep it up in the second half? We'll have to wait and see. Domination at scrum time from the All Blacks. Apart from that one penalty. I actually think that... Now, that's interesting, Tania Godwin, because somebody else has said to me recently about the state of world rugby at the moment, which I actually think is the healthiest it's ever been. We are in a situation where, I mean, 1 to 10 in the world is probably stretching it a little bit too much. I mean, we saw what happened with Ireland versus Fiji earlier tonight, but I mean, we're sort of in a situation where any number of the one sort of through 6 and 7 in the world are capable of causing an upset, depending on which day of the week it is or which weekend it is. And I, for one, am actually here for it. I've always preferred rugby union to rugby league, just me personally. I've always enjoyed both, but I've always preferred rugby union. But one criticism of rugby union could be just that there's been a very clear world order that changes ever so slightly from year to year, maybe. Like you've got the Springboks and the All Blacks would always go toe-to-toe. The Wallabies have had their era of dominance. England sort of swept through just very briefly in that 2022-2023 era. But what I actually love about World Rugby at the moment is France are capable of knocking anybody off on their day. Ireland have turned into a powerhouse. Argentina are starting to, with regularity, defeat the All Blacks and the Wallabies and fight the Springboks. So I'm quite comfortable, actually, with the state of world rugby at the moment. I think it's in a really good spot. Certainly in terms of combativeness, competition. Jared Nass, scrappy do from the boys. All Black supporter from South Africa. Oh my God, that must be hard sometimes, right? I think they thought Italy was going to be an easy competitor. Hopefully we can turn it around in the second half. Yeah, you could be right there, Jared. I mean, I, for one, certainly thought that it would be an easier victory. I predicted, I pretty much, maybe unfairly, had completely written Italy off. They're certainly taking the fight to them at the moment in that first half. 17 points to 6. But I still think, I stand by what I said a little bit earlier in the stream. I think that Scotty Razor Robertson was a little tentative when he took over. I was excited when Scotty Razor got the job because I thought, okay, he is going to come in and he's going to put the cleaners through what Fozzie had set up. And Ian Foster God bless him. Don't think he necessarily had the greatest of ideas. I mean, look, he's better than me. It is not my place to stand here and criticize an All Black coach. Ian Foster would damn sure have done better than I would in the role. I'm not trying for 1 second to claim that I would be better. I know my place. My place is here on this side of the TV screen, having some drinks and being a goof for you all here on YouTube and TikTok and Facebook. My place is not coaching a team. But since it is my job to provide opinion, my opinion is that Scotty Razor Robertson has come in, and rather than putting the cleaners through what was left for him, he's been very tentative, I think. Like he has decided to just slowly but surely integrate his influence onto the team. I mean, let me use my favorite example. My favorite example is that Damian McKenzie is not in any way, shape, or form a world-class starting number 10. Yet, for how many years did Damian McKenzie be persisted with as the starting number 10? There was an opportunity there for Scotty Robertson to come in and stamp his authority and his influence on the team. I was stunned when Scotty Robertson came in and took over the team and Damian McKenzie got first nod as the All Blacks number 10. I could not believe it. I would have thought that would have been the first thing surely an incoming All Black coach does is go, all right, this DMAC experiment is not working. We'll get rid of him. But he persisted with him. So that's just one example. But I think there's multiple examples of that throughout the team. And Scott Robertson was just maybe a little tentative. I don't want to use the word afraid, but maybe he was a little scared to make mass changes, because if there were some early defeats, we know what the backlash from the public is like for the All Blacks. So maybe he was a little tentative. All right, we're not doing too badly, so I won't make sweeping changes just yet. I'll slowly integrate it in to avoid that public backlash. But what I think it's actually done, it's created uncertainty around the way that the All Blacks really want to play. Damian McKenzie and Beauden Barrett are two completely different styles of play. And so the entire squad has to adjust around it. When you've got McKenzie one week and you've got Barrett the other week, the guys around them are not going to know from one week to the next, well, how are we going to play coming into this one? Obviously, Richie Mo'unga is a big, big loss. I mean, if Richie Mo'unga is still playing for the All Blacks, it's easy. It's an easy decision. But unfortunately, he's not. I think this is the best lineup, though. Beauden Barrett at 10, Damian McKenzie off the bench. But we'll see. They're far from the finished product yet, and I don't know. I mean, look, it might turn out to be a masterstroke from Razor to have not put the cleaners through the squad. Time will tell. But I was certainly surprised by it. I was surprised by just how much of Fozzie's framework that he kept in place. But we'll see. Give it time. Give it time. The rest of the world is catching up regardless. I mean, I think whether Ian Foster kept the job or it got handed over to somebody new, regardless, irrespective of all that, I do think the rest of the world is catching up at the moment. The All Blacks have lost enough players to just bring them back to the pack a wee bit. That's just the nature of the cycle of World Rugby. Anyway. Boas Mamboy Speedy from South Africa. All Blacks will win 58 points to 6. Wow. Speedy is expecting a huge, huge second half from the All Blacks. And who knows, you could be right there, Speedy. I went for the All Blacks to win comfortably by at least 30 points. So we'll see. What can they bring out here in the second half? We will see. Because the teams are out on the field and we are ready to get this one underway. The second 40, Italy hanging in there, taking the fight to the All Blacks. The whistle sounds. The second half is underway. And Italy claim the kickoff, doing extremely well there. Ignacio Brex. And Italy secure possession to start this second half. The box kick clearance up to halfway. Barrett's under it, spills it backwards. And a penalty to Italy. Again, an obstruction call. Well, we have seen a lot of this in the autumn internationals. We have seen a lot of these calls for obstruction. And Italy will plug this into touch. They find the line 22 meters out. And they can go on the attack to start the second half. And yeah, pretty blatant there from Rieko Ioane. That was just silly. Having seen the replay, I mean, that was plain as day. And that was just silliness there from Rieko Ioane. Handing that penalty to Italy. With the line-out throw, they go to the middle and they secure the ball. The rolling maul is set. Once it is moved. And they release the ball out into midfield as the All Blacks do not offer them any margin for moving forward there. Savea gets in over the top of it and wings the ball. What a turnover. And Barrett now clears off the left boot. Up over halfway, but it's still in field. And Italy can counter-attack here down the short side. Beautiful work, though, from Adi Savea. Saw the ball was out and just went marching in and took it uncontested. Fantastic work. And now Italy have come up with a knock-on. Scrum down for New Zealand. And the scrappiness continues. Beautiful work there, Adi Savea. Saw the ball was out. And wow. I feel like there's even more empty seats now in the crowd, which is surprising because they went to half-time. Still in the contest. Aaron. 888 ahoy, mate. Joining from the short videos and a follower of the channel. Welcome along, Aaron. Scrum down here for the All Blacks. 3 minutes gone in the second half, and this is a big shove. The scrum goes to ground. They'll have the penalty advantage, though, for such domination at scrum time. Up over halfway, Savea goes into scrum half. He's got Sititi running with him. A fresh penalty? No. The same penalty. We come back. We come back for the penalty at scrum time. Just inside their own half here, the All Blacks. Aaron says, is the boss asleep or doesn't like rugby union? Who's the boss? I'm the boss. What are you talking about? I am the boss of myself. Jared Nass says, DMAC has potential. but think he's better off as an impact player off the bench. Scotty needs to find the team that works for him. Definitely not the All Blacks we know yet. Taylor throws to the middle. Italy get up and pilfer. And they steal the All Blacks line-out ball. Fantastic work there for Italy. Continuing to just hang in there. The Italians. They've got the ruck ball here just outside their 22. Box kick from Pejerello. Finds space. And Cody Taylor backtracking. Secures the ball. Italy come flying through. Talea puts the step on. He's got support from Sititi. He looks out the other way to Cody Taylor, who throws the pass, and it's been lost forward. Well, Mark Talea was screaming for the ball on the inside. What is he, John Cena out there? He can't be seen. The All Blacks have got a penalty, though, to save them from that embarrassment. Unbelievable. Talea was screaming for the ball on the outside. And there was just no interest at all in getting the ball to him. The TMO has intervened here. Now, as it stands at the moment, the All Blacks have got a penalty. But I don't know what we're looking at here. Oh, high contact. Yeah, Tui Pelotu's gone. Tui Pelotu is going to the bin. Patrick Tui Pelotu, shoulder, contact to the head. And Tui Pelotu is getting a yellow. And this is going to be a penalty to Italy. A yellow card for Patrick Tui Pelotu. Any shoulder contact to the head is an immediate card. And that will go under review. Penalty incoming here for Italy. And this will be yellow for Tui Pelotu. Oh! Just a penalty. Well, that's got to be a card, surely. He's having words here, the referee, with the players. Just a penalty. Patrick Tui Pelotu. Immediately after this match, go out and buy yourself a lottery ticket, mate. Because you have just dodged a bullet big time there. Justin Liu, ahoy, mate. Wow. The inconsistency continues. Shoulder contact to the head, and Tui Pelotu has escaped a card. Unbelievable. The throw over the top. Italy secure the ball. Tommy Manicello marches into All Black territory. They're 40 out from the line. Flick pass. Very lucky to find its target. They're getting fancy here, Italy. And it opens up now for the fullback who throws a forward pass out to the left. It's not called. And Ioane steps back infield. Throws it back to Capuzzo. The little kick through. They're throwing caution to the wind here, Italy, and it's working out for them so far. 5 meters out from the try line. A pick and go now. Cannoni, I think that is. Yes, they all sound like pastas. Different variations of pasta. And it's making me very hungry. Ruza takes it inside the 5. Italy have gone through 7 phases here. A pick and go, a couple of meters out. They've got a penalty advantage. That's what they need. Penalty advantage. They can throw caution to the wind here. Ruza goes close again. A pick and go. Half a metre short. Italy go close, but the referee says enough. We'll come back for the penalty. The All Blacks have managed to defend the situation, but they're not out of jail. I mean, honestly, no offense whatsoever, but I'm just running through this Italian team sheet. Brichetti, Lucchesi, Riccioni, Ruza. Like all different variations of pasta. And I love it. I do. Italy put this into touch. They're going to go for the line out. 5 meters out from the try line. Lucchesi throws to the front. It's secured. They've lost it. Backwards, says the referee. They've lost it backwards. Italy still in possession. Oh, it was very messy, and they're very lucky to get away with it, but they still have the ball. Lamb is held upright. Goes to ground now. 5 meters out. Gets it to ground. Ruck is formed. Negri. Surveyor's in over the top of this one. Has to release now. They come back to the left here, Italy. Have got numbers. They've got 3 on none out to the left. They've released it too late, though, and the All Blacks number up and drive them towards the sideline. A couple of meters short here, right over on that far edge. The All Blacks defense is holding firm. Still, the pressure is on. Lucchesi is a little upright here, and they've held him up. The All Blacks have held him up, but it's a penalty advantage now for Italy. Offside, and the referee's blowing time off. Could there be a card here? He wants a word. I think this will be the final warning to Scotty Barrett. Just saying, look, any more penalties down this end, and somebody's going to have a sit down. That is exactly what's gone on. Scott Barrett's been called out, and he has said, this is it. Down this end of the field, this is it. No more. Five meters out from the try line here. Penalty for Italy. I suspect they'll put this into the corner. And that is indeed what they're doing. Garbisi puts it into touch. And they will try again a 5 meter line out. 9 minutes gone in the second half. And the All Blacks have certainly not had this match all their own way. Lucchesi throws to the middle. It's claimed by Lamb. The rolling maul is set. The All Blacks get in and spoil. They drive Italy backwards. Now some go forward. That's once, says the referee. And Italy decide to spread it wide now, or at least into midfield. Held up in the tackle, driven backwards. It's loose out the back, and Sam Cane with some brilliant work. But it is a penalty to Italy and a yellow card. The warning was given, and Anton Leonard-Brown is going to have a sit down. I can only assume that the penalty was for offsides, because I think the turnover was good. Sam Cane did extremely well. Let's have a look here. Leonard-Brown has not released. Actually, Leonard-Brown's ripped the ball out on the deck. He's not released. And a yellow card. Anton Leonard-Brown will have a sit down for 10 minutes. And Italy can go on the attack here. 5 meters out. Line out throw. An extra man advantage. What can they come up with as the All Blacks bring in the changes? Completely unnecessary there from Leonard-Brown. I mean, that was just silliness. Didn't need to do it. Their defense was holding firm at the time. Just a completely unnecessary play. Italy throw to the middle. They claim it uncontested. And the All Blacks counter drive here. Italy, they get the backs involved here in the rolling maul. And they are set. It turns a little sideways though. 5 meters out now. It starts to repel backwards. They go again here, the Italians. But still 5 meters out. They get a second shove. It goes to ground. And it's held up off the deck. And the All Blacks win the turnover. Well, they had a real chance there, Italy. They just could not get the ball out of that maul. And the All Blacks have defended that well, must be said. Substitutes now for both sides. The All Blacks have done extremely well to defuse that situation. 17 points to 6, though. 51 minutes gone. I've got to say, hats off to Italy. I feel like I have heavily disrespected Italy with my pre-game prediction. Mr. Brave Stone, Anton Leonard-Brown, has been the liability. He's got a yellow card in Oz, England, and now Italy. Yeah, I've got to say that ALB, in all fairness to him, probably not one of my favorite players. I mean, geez. I know that we can't have Matanonu back, but God, I'd love Matanonu back. Scrum down here for the All Blacks. Managing to keep that ball up off the ground and in the maul and cause the turnover. And another big shove at scrum time. And a penalty to the All Blacks. Oh, they've been dominant at scrum time. That is one area of the match that they have definitely had clear daylight. And another big shove. Getting the penalty this time. Barrett with the touch finder up towards halfway. TJ Perinara is warming up. Getting ready to come out. Cam Roigard with a little bit of a mixed bag tonight. Armour throws to the middle. It's secure, uncontested. And the All Blacks have the ball in midfield here. Savea just short of the halfway line. Roigard, box kick. Lots of distance, not contestable. Inside the 22 for an easy mark for Monte Ioane. And that could very well signal the last play for Cam Roigard tonight. It's not easy, rugby, is it? I mean, Cortez Ratama debuted, and that is an aimless kick straight down the middle of the field. Now Barrett puts it high. Contestable kick in midfield. Well done, Italy, to secure that ball. Capuzzo takes it, and the Italians back in possession. But Cortez Ratama set Super Rugby alight. He came in and had a good start to his international career, but then he put on a couple of poor performances back-to-back and gave Roigard the opportunity as Caleb Clark now spills this high ball, knock-on advantage. And we'll come back for the scrum here to the Italians. A couple of poor performances in a row from Cortez Ratama gave Roigard the opportunity, and now Roigard's been very nervy tonight. TJ Perinara warming up on the bench. I suspect his entrance into the game will be imminent. Tania Godwin, I was just reading your comment, Tania. Tania Godwin, 4 hours ago. I subscribed to the notification right up to the last call, and where were you? Where were you? But this was posted on a video from last year. This was posted on the France vs. All Blacks live stream from the Rugby World Cup last year. Free kick here for the All Blacks at scrum time. Again, the domination at scrum time. Jason Parsons says, bring back Lomu. Oh, rest in peace, big man. Cheers to Big Jonah. As the All Blacks tap and kick this one high, Capuzzo does extremely well. I think for so many years, as Capuzzo clears it, Barrett takes it on the full. It's still in the field of play. And Will Jordan sets it up just short of the halfway line. We'll come back to that conversation as the All Blacks rumble it up the middle. Amua plants it back. Roigard still on the field. He's got Sititi. Still on halfway. The Italian defense holding firm at the moment. Roigard has to get in and fight for that ball. Penalty advantage now. Barrett chips in over the top for Will Jordan. Takes it on the full. Throws the no-looker for Sititi, who has to pick it up off the ground. Fires it back for Barrett. And Beauden Barrett again puts a second kick in. And this will dribble over the sideline and will come back for the penalty. Unless the referee deems that advantage played. And it looks like he is deeming that advantage played. The second kick from Beauden Barrett was enough for the referee to say advantage played. Oh no, we come all the way back. Okay, that was a long advantage. He has actually decided to come back and honour the advantage. Penalty to the All Blacks. It just took him a while to decide. So I think CH1301, I think the All Blacks got very, very spoilt for all those years with Conrad Smith and Nonu, right? I mean, what a combination. What a 12 and 13. Nonu and Smith. Absolutely unreal. All Blacks have secured the line-out ball, but Italy have worked the turnover. They've got the penalty. On their feet and over the top of the ball. A penalty to Italy, who just continued to hold on. Tania Godwin says Martin Nonu is the nephew of the chief of the iwi. My best friend in New Zealand. I have one of Martin's jackets he grew out of. It's a dress on me. Wow. Because Martin Nonu was like, as far as rugby players go, I'm pretty sure he was only like 5'10", which in rugby circles is not huge. $12 and 13 is the All Blacks' Achilles heel right now. Italy with the box kick, charged down by Sititi. I'll tell you one area that's not their Achilles heel, number 6, because Wallace Sititi has just burst onto the international stage. Wallace and Gromit Sititi. And there he is, putting pressure on the opposition scrum half, charging down the box kick. The throw over the back of the line-out has been lost forward. Italy come up with the mistake. Is this the turning point of the match? 20 seconds left in the bin for Leonard Brown. Jared Nass says Springboks are on peak at the moment. At some or other point, that peak has to fall. Unfortunately for the All Blacks, we're currently in a dip. Need to figure things out so we can be great again. Great again, huh? Donald Trump for All Blacks head coach. CH1301 says this performance depicts the All Blacks' performance this year. A lot of promise, but ends up in a disappointing end. Potential is there, just need to get the act together, says Jared. Big scrum again. That is one area the All Blacks have been so dominant tonight. And again, they've just walked over the top of the Italians. Perinara down the short side. Cutout ball for Talea, who puts the toe on it inside the 22. And it's thumped into touch. Will come back for the penalty. Advantage was being played for that dominant scrum. 60 minutes gone. 3/4 of the way there. Yeah, that is one area that the All Blacks have had a clear advantage at scrum time. They have just marched at will over the top of the Italians. Trash Lanes says it's honestly sad that the All Blacks can't look good against a side like Italy. And I think in fairness, in total fairness too, we've got to give nod to Italy here for the performance they've put on tonight. Let's not take anything away from them. But I certainly admittedly expected the All Blacks to win by at least 30 points. That being said, Damien McKenzie's on. Caleb Clark's off. Been very quiet tonight, Caleb Clark. He was strong from the restarts, but outside of that, Caleb Clark really didn't offer much. Armour with the throw. They go to the front. Sititi takes it. Mackenzie's come on for Clark. I wonder if he'll be playing wing, though, T-Mac. All Blacks set up the maul. Surveyor's got it at the back. Perinara now releases it. They go left. Here is McKenzie in midfield. Wrapped up. No, he gets away from one, but then they come back at him and bring him down. Perinara again now. Sititi. Quick ruck ball. Perinara into midfield. And again, flicks the pass inside for Talea. Talea wasn't necessarily expecting it, but he does well to hold on to it. Italy are in over the top of this one. Now they go to ground. The All Blacks have done well to maintain possession here. They're all out on the right here, the All Blacks. Now they come left. Kane, wraparound ball with Barrett. Now Scott Barrett to McKenzie. Pops it up for Talea. Talea has to step back in field as Italy sweep across and cover off the threat. Scott Barrett now at the back to McKenzie. He's got Kane, who offloads to Havili. Havili swings away from one. They're just inside the 22 here, the All Blacks. Now, Beauden Barrett dummies, goes through half a gap. Loses the ball behind him. McKenzie picks it up, throws the cutout pass for Jordan. Jordan goes 10 meters out. They're close here. Fletcher Newell, 5 out from the line. Perinara wrestles it away. Sends it to Havili. Still 5 out. Beauden Barrett to McKenzie, who's rocked backwards in the tackle. McKenzie. 13 phases they've gone through here, the All Blacks. Italy try and get in and counter that one illegally, says the referee. Penalty advantage. 64 minutes gone. Perinara changes direction, goes down the short side, puts the kick in behind, and Italy will be there to win the race to that ball easily, and will come back for the penalty. Well, do they take the 3 here? Honestly, do they take the 3? Cody Taylor's up in the grandstand calling for a scrum. And why wouldn't you? In all honesty, they have been so dominant at scrum time, the All Blacks. They could possibly march over from here if they put a scrum down. A long-range pushover try. Certainly not out of the question. It's definitely been one area we've talked about where there's been clear supremacy from the All Blacks tonight. A pushover try or a penalty try, certainly not out of the question. I mean, Cody Taylor saw it. He was calling for it. 65 minutes gone. A try would certainly wrap this game up. It's been a real fight. They've had to battle for every single inch here. And they do have the scrum down, the All Blacks. They have called the scrum. Lamb is coming off the field, and Ruza is entering the fray. 65.5 minutes gone. 17 points to 6. Scrum down. One area where the All Blacks have been very, very dominant thus far. It sets. There are some fresh legs out there, though. But another big shunt here from the All Blacks. Penalty advantage is incoming. Perinara sends it out into midfield. Jordan fires the pass over to Talea, who has to trap it with his foot. And we come back for the penalty, and a card will be incoming now as well. Yes, yellow card. And now that the card's been thrown out, scrum down is the obvious option once again. Goes straight back to the scrum. Simon Ferrari, the number 18. Off he goes. The scrum down is the obvious call again now, surely. Opposition prop in the bin. It is now the only call to make. And they are indeed going straight back for the scrum. And Italy have to make a substitute here. They have to. Otherwise, it would be uncontested scrums. And we don't want that. Number 20 for the All Blacks coming on as well. Peter Lakai, the last of the subs. Sam Cane leaves the field. "66.5 minutes gone, Italy. They have certainly not disgraced themselves tonight. That's for sure. Oh, no, Scott Barrett as no way. Scott Barrett as captain. I was never a fan, to be honest. CH1301. Artie Surveyor for mine. What do you reckon? I think Artie Surveyor is the clear captain of the squad. Anyway, scrum down. Oh, good old Ruben Thorne. I've got Ruben Thorne's autograph in a program, a Super Rugby program, somewhere in the other room. Here's Beauden Barrett now. Pops it up for Havili. Havili offloads. And they keep it alive here, the All Blacks. Sititi, 5 meters out, penalty advantage. Caught offside here, the Italians. Perinara digs in and gets the ball. Oh, the cutout pass for Talia, and Talia spills it. Will come back for the penalty. Lucky advantage was being played there. And again, just very scrappy. But playing under penalty advantage, they'll go a scrum again, you would think. And they are indeed. The scrum has been the platform. I'm still waiting for the pushover or penalty try. The All Blacks have been so dominant at scrum time tonight. They've certainly been made to work for it. 5 meters out, scrum packs down. Goes to ground, and they have to release it. Perinara has got Beauden Barrett, fires the pass out for Will Jordan, who flicks it back in field, and it's been taken over the sideline by the Italian cover defense. Deliberately knocked out. This could be a penalty. Well, this is potential penalty try territory. If it's been deliberately knocked dead. Gone up to the TMO. Will Jordan here. Again, a try-saving effort from Monty Ioane. Jordan flicks the pass in. No, that's just come off the head of the Italian defender. This would be a very harsh call. It's just come off his head and gone into touch. It will be All Blacks throw into the line out. Jason Parsons, ahoy. We need to send you an All Black shirt, my friend. Scrum down here for the All Blacks. Again, scrum time. The pushover or the penalty try has got to be inbound. Surely it's coming. And the scrum has a false start. All right, there's only 10 minutes to go. I've got to load up my last drink. This is brilliant. I timed this to perfection tonight. I managed to successfully spread my drinks out across 3 different games. Brilliant. Scrum resets. It goes in. Italy. Big shove from the All Blacks. They managed to get the ball out. Ioane spills it out the back. Beauden Barrett, dummies, goes through half a gap, and he's got Talia unmarked on the outside, and they have finally cracked them. The All Blacks have finally cracked Italy's try line. Mark Talia scores in the corner. And it was Beauden, Barrett holding the pass up. Just long enough to create half a gap. And then he had an unmarked Talia on the outside. Well, it took a huge effort, but they finally broke through. Beauden, Barrett from out wide now. The conversion attempt. It's on target. Beauden, Barrett puts it through. And the All Blacks now 24 points to 6. And you would have to think, for the effort that Italy have put in tonight, you would have to think that that is game, set, and match. But they have made the All Blacks fight and claw for every single point. And the All Blacks now knock on from the restart. Italy might just get last say in this game. All Blacks driving them backwards in defense, though. Not making it easy on them. And we'll come back as the referee was playing advantage. And he's found a knock on here. "24 points to 6. Italy certainly have not been disgraced. In all honesty, I think it would be unfair to the Italians. CH1301, I really do. It would certainly make the scoreline look better for the All Blacks. But I do think it would be a little unfair for Italy, who certainly don't deserve that. They've, whilst they haven't scored a try themselves, Italy, they have been far from disgraced tonight. And Italy win the scrum. And immediately release this ball. It's been turned over now in the All Blacks counter. McKenzie off the left boot. There's space in behind. Italy race back. And now the All Blacks pile in. They try to walk over the top, but Italy have done extremely well here to get back and secure possession. 7 minutes remain. They can throw caution to the wind here, Italy. Absolute caution to the wind. And the clearing kick. Over the touchline it goes. The All Blacks will have the line-out throw. Oh, they've gone quickly here. Perinara to Haveli in midfield. Scott Barrett pops it up for Sititi. Perinara now throws it to nobody. It bounces kindly for Beauden. And Barrett now skips around in midfield. He's got support there from Lakai. I'm saying Lakai. His name might be something else. It might be Lakai. Lakai, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to keep saying Lakai until I'm corrected. Ioane onto Sevilla. Throws a forward pass out to Will Jordan, and it is called as such. Scrum down for Italy. 6 minutes remaining. Execution once again lacking from the All Blacks. And we've got time off here. 74 minutes gone, 24 points to 6, but they've certainly not had it all their own way here. The All Blacks, Italy can be proud of their effort. They would have liked a try, I'm sure. I think a try, honestly, we're talking about another try for the All Blacks, making the scoreline look a little bit better, but let's be real about the Italians tonight. I think they deserve a try of their own. 24-11, 24-13 would be very befitting of their performance tonight. At no point at all have they looked like scoring a try. They've defended valiantly. But they've not really looked like scoring a try has been their downfall. Not putting any pressure at all on the All Blacks try line at any point that I can recall. As Italy win a scrum and they get a penalty advantage from it as well. This will take them up the other end of the field. An illegal wheel there from the All Blacks. And I feel like everybody's just ready to go home, which presents a real opportunity for Italy. A big touch finder. They have thumped it down inside All Blacks territory. Will Jordan's been given the player of the match. And the All Blacks pill for the line out. Talia now steps back in field. Just sets up contact. Goes to ground. Sititi is there to support him in the ruck. Perinara now to Beauden. Barrett with the crossfield kick straight down the throat of the Italian defence. That was an aimless kick from Beauden. Reed Nichols, ahoy mate. Crossfield kick now from Italy. Equally aimless. Although it sits up nicely in the end, and they've made a break here. Italy for the corner. Can they score the try? They can. Just rewards there, and Tommaso Menicello scores in the corner. Well, it was a nothing kick, nothing doing. And somehow it's ended up in an Italian try. But we've got to go back to the aimless kick from Beauden Barrett. Gifting possession back to Italy. And it was Talia here who's tapped the ball. And it bounces kindly for Italy. And suddenly they found themselves in space. And not only finding themselves in space, unmarked, Menicello with the try. 24-11, the kick to come. It's a shocker. That's a shocker. 24-11 it remains. It wasn't even close, the conversion. And that is just reward, in my opinion, for Italy. They deserve a try. They've played well. And they deserve a try. Luck might have been a big part of it, but boy, did they deserve it. Italy now. Box kick clearance. And they find touch. Jared Nass says, typical All Blacks at the moment. Go to sleep at the end. Just going through the motions. A winner's a win, but not good enough. Absolute credit to Italy tonight as Savea now takes it inside the 22. Can they come up with something before the end of the game here, the All Blacks? Lakai. 10 metres out. Sititi tries to burrow under. Plants it back for Savea, who's rocked in the tackle. Throws it back for Barrett. Barrett kicks for Talia. Needing this one to sit up, but it beats everybody into touch. And it's over the sideline. The idea was correct. The execution was just not there. But now the kick is going to fall to Beauden. Barrett at the back. What have you done here, Italy? What have you done? Beauden Barrett scores a try completely against the run of play. What have you done here, Italy? No, no, no. They had the line-out throw. What has happened here? Italy had the line-out throw. They went quickly. The clearing kick, the chip over the top, has picked out Beauden Barrett, and Barrett has beaten the tackle unmarked to score in the corner. They just got a little ahead of themselves there, Italy, and they have thrown away a gift try at the death for the All Blacks. Barrett with the conversion attempt pushes it off to the right. Unbelievable. What a gift. A huge let off. $29 points to 11. Time is now up on the clock. And Italy knock it on, and that will be full time. Referee signals the end of this very, very scrappy and disjointed game from both teams. 29 points to 11. And the All Blacks have taken out a gutsy Italian team here. The All Blacks finished 2024 with a win, but hats off to Italy. I mean, in all honesty, hats off to Italy. What a performance from them. And the try might have been more arse than class. Lucky, as we say. But well-deserved, I think, and unlucky to give that last one away at the end. Uh, 29 points to 11. The All Blacks, well, where to from here for the All Blacks for next season? Where do they go? Clearly, there are some deficiencies in midfield. Any chance of getting Richie Mo'unga back? That'd be nice as well. Very much missing Richie Mo'unga. I just wonder if Razor is any closer to nailing down his starting squad. I really do wonder. Cam Roigard has been a mixed bag. What's his face? Cortez Ruttimer has been a mixed bag. TJ Perinara is sort of at the back end of his career. So, I mean, does Perinara get the nod to start next season? Just based on current form. Neither one of Ruttimer or Roigard have really thrown their hands up and claimed the jersey. So many decisions to be made for next season. Jason Parsons, thank you very much, mate. I'm glad you enjoyed. And if you did enjoy, not just you, Jason, but everybody joining us here on the Waste of Water Sports, if you do enjoy our alternative commentary here, do give the video a like and feel free to subscribe. It really does help the channel out. Very much appreciate that. Wherever you're joining us from, Waste of Water Sports, covering all the action on YouTube, on Facebook, and on TikTok. And as for what the next one is for us, it would be the Wallabies taking on Scotland. The new look Wallabies. Now, what a difference, right? Like, the Wallabies compared to the All Blacks. I hate to say it, I really do, being an All Blacks supporter, but the Wallabies seem to have so much more upside at the moment to the All Blacks. Like, Schmidt has come in and he has just totally overturned that entire squad. But anyway, I digress. I digress. It's been a long morning. We've seen... I'm glad we finished with a bit of a banger, a little bit of a banger. Even though Italy, in fairness, never looked like winning the game, at least they made a fight out of it. We saw Ireland run roughshod over Fiji. We saw South Africa way too good. I mean, South Africa did what they needed to do against Wales, and they were very comfortable in doing so, which was terrifying. And the All Blacks did it the hard way against Italy, but a few good games. One more left this weekend, and it is the Wallabies versus Scotland. And that'll be coming up later on here on the Wasted World of Sports. But the All Blacks certainly did not have it all their own way tonight. It was a disappointing performance, and I don't have the answers, really. Roigard and Ratama have both shown glimpses of being the next number 9, but neither has really put their hand up and claimed the jersey, in my opinion. So I would say that whilst those two are still battling it out, see who's going to be the next All Blacks number 9 with regularity moving forward, I dare say that maybe TJ Perenara gets the nod to start next season. He can just come on and control, because TJP is the experienced player. He can just come on and control those early moments of the contests, and then you bring on your Roigards or your Ratamas and say, all right, lads, look, this jersey belongs to one of you. Who's going to step up and take it? I think in all honesty, for me personally, the Anton Leonard-Brown experiment has to be over. No offense to Leonard-Brown, but I mean, for how long has he been tried now? And he has failed to really grasp the jersey. So I think maybe the Leonard-Brown experiment needs to end. Will Jordan's Will Jordan. I mean, that's one area that is that's set in stone, in my opinion. Beauden Barrett's the 10. If we can't have Richie Mo'unga, I think Beauden Barrett's the 10. Damien McKenzie looks a lot better off the bench than he does starting. Caleb Clark even just fails to claim the jersey. When Caleb Clark is on, I mean, hands down, he is on, and no question about it. But tonight, again, he was replaced in the 61-minute mark. Very quiet tonight. Caleb Clark maybe he just needs to kick up the pants. A regular, swift kick up the patootie just to keep his head in the game or something. Wallace Sititi What a find he has been. Nothing to do there. Scott Barrett as captain needs to be looked at. I think Asafa Amua is just fine as the incoming hooker. Cody Taylor for now, mix and match. Cody Taylor and Amua are doing just fine. Tania Godwin says Razor seriously needs to examine how players play in the Northern Hemisphere. Playing against each other constantly in New Zealand is very damaging to the black jersey. I'll tell you what else. I'm going to have a quick break. I'll be right back. But I've got something else to say. All right, I'm back. Okay. Now, seriously, what I'm about to say, in all honesty, it's a little bit laughable in a way because I find it amusing, like how good must the All Blacks have been traditionally? I mean, I think we know the answer to this, but I'm just speaking generally now from what I'm about to say because we use the word decline, we use the word slump, decline, whatever way you want to put it. This is not the All Blacks team of old, but I just think like they are still and have consistently been number 2 and 3 in the world throughout the course of all of this. And I just think like how isn't it funny that a team must be so good that we're talking about being 2nd or 3rd in the world as a slump. But anyway, I just wanted to note that. But here's what I wanted to raise. In all seriousness, the All Blacks fall back towards the pack. The All Blacks slump, if you will. Is it fair to say, and this is an honest question here, honest question, is it fair to say that their fall back to the pack started throughout the COVID era and South Africa removing themselves from Super Rugby? Was that the beginning of the downfall of the All Blacks on the international stage, not having that regular competition against South African players? Honest question. I think it needs examining. South Africa pulled out of Super Rugby, and the All Blacks have not been the same since. Legitimate question. DJ Shaq, ahoy, mate. How are you, sir? Bright and early on this Sunday morning. I don't think it can be any coincidence that South Africa, regular competition against the best in the world, right, creates an equally best in the world team. Well, potentially, because up until now it hasn't really worked out that way for the Wallabies, has it? Having regular competition against New Zealand teams, but still, I digress. Jason Parsons, you're super proud to be a true Kiwi. Go the All Blacks. Nice. I'm super proud to be a half Kiwi, half Irish, born in Australia, drunken fool. You're exhausted, DJ Shaq. Why is that, mate? Have you not been to bed yet? Put on a big night of partying, did you? And you're only just rolling in at 8 a.m. back from a big night out at the clubs. I remember those days well. Jared Nass says New Zealand need to allow their players to play Northerns. Will make a big difference in gameplay for the team. Oh, you were up late. It was your mum's birthday. Very nice. Oh, what? Why is the chat's not coming up on the screen? Hang on. I realize I'm about to end the stream shortly, but this is supposed to be coming up on the screen. Everything that I'm answering right now is supposed to be coming up on the screen. Why is it not? I mean, it's only a small thing, I know, but oops. Yeah, it's a whole issue, but there we go. All right, we got it fixed. All right, yeah, New Zealand need to allow their players to play Northerns. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? The world has changed. Professionalism has changed. I completely understand the whole concept of, well, we don't want the floodgates to open, because if it gets opened up to everybody, I completely understand that mindset of, if everybody can do it, everybody's going to do it. And there will just be this exodus of players because they know they can still get the All Blacks jersey. But I think at some point, everybody just has to accept the world has changed. Professionalism has changed. And, yeah, I think you're just going to have to change with it, evolve with it, or get left behind, right? Evolve or get left behind. And maybe there does need to be a little more leniency in the overseas eligibility rules across the park. I mean, South Africa have been doing it for a long time, right? South Africa have long said, we don't care where you play. If you're playing up to standard, we will pick you. Tania Godwin predicted 34-15, so not far off. I predicted All Blacks to win by at least 30 points. So I was a fair way off. I mean, they nearly scored 30 points. Oh, yeah. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, DJ Shaq's mum. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. Happy birthday. A big cheers, DJ Shaq's mum. Yes. Jared Nass agrees with me, but number 2 or 3 isn't good enough for us. We know we are number 1. That's the only place we should be. I mean, obviously, the All Blacks strive to be number 1. But certainly in this current era, I don't think one can question Ireland's improvement. And we certainly can't question that the Springboks are the team to beat at the moment. That being said, though, Tania is also very correct. It was a rubbish performance from the All Blacks tonight. I mean, I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt as much as possible. Yes, they're still finding their feet under a new coach who, for whatever reason, refused to put the sweepers through the squads and all of that. And yes, World Rugby overall, I think, is at an all-time high of competition. I'm presenting excuses, but at the end of the day, it was still, by any standard, in any era, a really poor performance for the most part tonight. The only shining light was the scrum dominance. Pure dominance at scrum time. That was the only real, true shining light tonight, in fairness. It must be said. Disappointing display overall. But they got the job done. I suppose that's, again, I'm making an excuse. They got the job done, so that's all that matters. Ashworth family says, up the All Blacks. And Jason Parsons says, All Blacks will always be number one for me, no matter what. Yeah, I'll tell you what, though. It's hard to... What year was it? 90s. It was like the late 90s. 96 or 97? 97, I think it was. 97 or 98. That was a pretty disgraceful All Blacks team. They certainly weren't number one back then. Yeah. Oh, free me. Right, Wasted World of Sports, thank you so much for being with us. I think I probably should call an end to this one. It's been a long night. 1 a.m. we started. 1 a.m. my time for the Island Fiji game. It is now 8:24 a.m. And I think I'm pretty much... If there's nothing else in the chat room, if the chat room keeps me going, I will keep going. That's usually the way that it works. But I think I've put in a hard day's work. I'm pretty ready for this to end, to be honest. Tanya Godwin says, love this channel. Thank you. No, thank you. And there's another one for my compliment wall. Hang on, let me get a photo of that. Thank you, Tanya Godwin, for your ongoing support. But yes, if there's nothing else in the chat room, I shall take my leave. And what's been a huge morning of rugby action. Now, for those of you who are new, just joining us, we do cover rugby union and rugby league primarily. We do throw some special things in now and then, like I covered the Tyson versus Paul boxing match. That was a bit of fun. So we'll throw things like that in every now and then just for something different. But yeah, primarily it's a rugby channel. Rugby union, rugby league, doesn't matter. It's all the same to us. So if you do enjoy our blend of alternative commentary, do feel free to like the video and give us a subscribe over there on YouTube, or give us a follow and a like on TikTok, because it all helps, apparently. I don't pretend to understand how it all works, in all honesty. I don't pretend to know how it all works, but apparently it's very helpful for the algorithm for liking and subscribing. Keith, Joel MacArthur, thank you very much. You're just here to press the like button. Greetings from South Africa. Cheers, Keith. And to South Africa, the #1 rugby nation in the world right now. Showing the rest of us how it's done, how it's meant to be played. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I think I've finished bollocksing on. And we'll be back for the Wallabies versus Scotland later tonight. I mean, it's what? Wallabies and Scotland's 11 o'clock at night, my time. So that would be a long time away. But anyways, I'll set the stream up on the channel, and feel free to head over to the Wasted World of Sports YouTube channel. And when I get it set up, there'll be a little thumbnail and everything there where you can set the reminder for the stream if you'd like to come and join us for that one. It's the last game of the weekend, Wallabies versus Scotland. And we're also working on some podcast-style content for the off-season, because obviously there's only another weekend left of rugby union action. The rugby league's already over. There's only another weekend left of rugby union, and then it's off-season into the holidays. So we're working on some podcast-style content just to keep everything ticking over and get us ready for next year. So that'll be cool. All right. Thank you so much. I am completely exhausted and running out of things to say and losing my voice. That I've been going for 8.5 hours now. So thank you very much for your company throughout the course of the morning. Ireland versus Fiji, Wales versus the Springboks, and the All Blacks versus Italy. Very much appreciated wherever you're joining us from. And I'll catch you next time. Until next time, cheers.
Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play. Raise the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Whoa, 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 whoa. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and tank pants last fly.